What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Another day, another project over here at Auto Auction Rebuilds. That's right. You guys have complained and cried and moaned to the point that I decided we're going to jump into the Chrysler Sebring today. No, I'm just kidding. I was going to do this anyway. Today is the day we start tearing this thing down and trying to figure out exactly what's going on. We basically got to get down to the frame rail over here, and see how bad everything is. Got to get this core support off, bumper off, fenders off, wheels off. And I think at that point, we might be able to call it a day, because after tearing the front end off this car, we'll have a much better understanding as to what's going on underneath it and whether it's something we want to try to repair or not. Now, I do want to repair this car. I bought this car because I thought it'd be a great rebuild for the channel. So instead of playing with the lift today, as so many of you have called me out for, we're going to try to tear this thing down, get a closer look at what's going on under it, and then try to make a decision as to whether we can fix it or should fix it or not. I have a parts car for this already lined up, same color, same everything. It's got a bad transmission with 220,000 miles, same engine, same tranny, same color, everything. Guy wants 600 bucks or best offer up in Tulsa. I could probably get it for like 400 bucks and we would have a whole front clip for this car. So fingers crossed, I'm waiting to hear back from him on that. Let's stop gabbing and let's get working. All right, so in real time, this was only 20 minutes. So in 20 minutes, we got the driver's side fender off, and we found out why the damn car. I thought we were gonna have to replace the battery, but Tim noticed the ground wire got pulled out. In the accident, the battery got shoved so far forward that it literally pulled the ground wire out. And look, we got spark. You touch that sucker, good spark. So battery's probably fully charged, and since it was disconnected, the battery's probably good. We just need to hook the battery up. This thing will probably fire up. Now, I bet you're wondering, are we actually gonna fix this car? That's the intent. The intent is to try to fix it. We're getting further down into the damaged area. We still gotta get this fender off right here. The dashboard obviously has gotta come out. But before we go so far as getting into the dashboard, I wanna pull this crash bar off right here. I wanna see how far the damage went. So what I can tell right here is this is not a frame rail at all. And nor is this one, and there's not one here anymore. This one's completely gone. We got one bolt here to get it off, one bolt here, another one is shoved sideways down in there, and another one is somewhere down here. This crash bar is gonna be fun to get off, but obviously the core support is shattered and broken, so all of this has gotta come off. Core support's gotta come off. More than likely, I mean, as much as I'd love to leave the radiator and condenser in the car because, yeah, the air conditioning works, and it's full of Freon, and the cooling system is full of coolant, we're probably gonna have to pull the radiator and everything off. Really does suck, but we're gonna have to do that. We've got a broken airbox down here, so the airbox is gonna have to come out. The good thing so far is, at least on this side, the fender apron looks straight. And over here on this side, it could be hard to tell, I could be wrong. It looks like the fender apron is tweaked a little bit, but I don't think it's tweaked so badly that we cannot straighten it back out. Yeah, I think the apron is a little bit tweaked on this side. And judging by the frame rail on this, I mean, this is supposed to be coming out straight, like here, and instead it's all the way over. The frame rail on this side, I could be wrong again. We're just gonna have to get further in there. I can't really tell, but I'm hoping that this is straight. It looks straight. I don't see anywhere that the frame rail is kinked back there. But honestly, we got to get this airbox out of the way so we can get a better look at it. So let's move on to getting this side taken apart. We got to get the fender off. The washer fluid reservoir has got to come off. Basically just everything over here. Get the coolant bottle off so we can get a closer look at what's going on this side of the car and get the crash bar off too. Let's do it. All right, so we've made some progress here. As you can see, both fenders are now off of the car. The front end is off of the car. We've got the airbox out so we can get a better look at this frame rail. And I'm telling you, I swear I could be wrong, but I'm certain that this thing has been tweaked this direction far back. I think it may even be tweaked past the strut towers. I do. If it's tweaked back past this, we're not going to proceed with it. We're not going to bother fixing it. I suppose it could just be some kind of optical illusion. Maybe I'm not seeing it right, but I'm telling you, it looks to me like this frame rail is not straight, like it's running at an angle like this. Like the whole front end has been completely shifted, but I see no kinks or anything on this frame rail at all. Now for this side, we're going to need to get this washer bottle off and drain. We're going to need to get the coolant reservoir bottle off. We're going to need to drain the coolant, and then we're going to need to pull off the radiator and the condenser core so we can get a better look at everything that's going on over here on this side and see if perhaps this has been tweaked over this way. I don't know, guys. I don't know. All right, boys and girls, so we did what we set out to accomplish today, and that was tear the front of this thing down so we could get a better look at what's going on. And I'm gonna try to get Mike out here for a second opinion, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I think we're pretty well screwed on this. Hopefully with everything out of the way now, you can look at this frame rail, and hopefully in the video, when you have some perspective, this is dead ahead straight. Doesn't it look like this is angled, man? This is not straight. Would be like this. This looks real bad as far back as I can see down the frame rail. On top of that, this lower core support piece right here, it is all contorted and bent out of shape. It's in bad shape. So basically, normally what I would say is we would cut the frame rail somewhere back here just behind where this lower support is. The problem with that is I truly believe we are tweaked way back there. So cutting this is not going to make a difference. This is not bent. Not anywhere that we can see anyway. I don't see this bent. What I see is a huge gap. Let's see if we can point you in this direction. I'm pointing you dead ahead towards the transmission. Do you see the amount of gap here? Look at this and how it gets closer in the further back you go. I'm telling you, we're an inch or two off just between the front of the transmission. I'd say about an inch and a half between the front of the transmission where the frame rail is and the back of the transmission. So I really need Mike to come out here and take a look at this himself. I trust his judgment a lot more than I trust my own at this point. But you know, to fix this part, I would say cut the frame rail here. That'll take this whole bottom part with it. Cut the frame rail about here, and we just take this whole piece off and replace it with another one. But if we are truly bent all the way back, I don't even think that's an option. At that point, I really think this car is just toast. But we still have a good engine and a good transmission, and we're well on our way to dropping the subframe and pulling the motor and transmission out of it, which could be used on a different car, you know, a flood car or something. We know the engine runs good. We know the transmission shifts because I drove it home. Here's this side. It took quite a bit of work today, guys. I put in some time. I wanted to do most of this myself, even though my brother jumped in to help on occasion. I do appreciate him, but today was really about me jumping in here and getting some work done for you guys. So we'll get Mike over here at some point. I'll see if he can get up here ASAP and have a look at this. Tell me what he thinks of the frame, because if you guys think I'm going to cut the front of this car off, which would be about where, right here, and put another one on, I think you're out of your mind. Not on a Chrysler Sebring, folks. I might be willing to try that on something worth a little more money, but this car is not it. This car is not going to bring the kind of money that justifies cutting the front of the vehicle off and welding on another one. But, you know, I don't know. We'll see what happens, but for now, what I'd like you guys to do is comment below and tell me what you think is going on with this car, and if you think the frame is as twisted as I think it is. So as much as I hate to let you guys go, little do you realize I just got done doing my Copart walk-around video. I spent 3.5 hours at Copart today, spent another 2 hours editing the video. There's 5.5 hours. We've spent another few hours out here working on this, plus everything else that I do on the regular. It's been a long day. It's getting late at night. I'm tired. Tomorrow is auction day. Well, for you guys it's not, but for me, today is Monday and tomorrow is Tuesday. So tomorrow's auction day, and I still got to edit this video and get it up for you guys. So lots and lots of work for me, but I'm really loving having my own shop, being able to do this stuff right here in the privacy of a garage where I'm not bothering anybody, where I got a car on a lift. I like it. Now, we're to the point where we need to decide what to do with the Sebring, whether maybe we need to scrap this idea. And hey, I don't mind going all the way and fixing it. The problem is I don't think this car is the one. And like I said, this is why you should never buy cars sight unseen. If I had looked this over in person and saw how tweaked that frame where I was, and if I had realized it had a blown passenger bag, which requires removal of the dashboard, I know I'm lazy, right? But hey, if I can find one without a blown passenger bag, that would have saved me a ton of work. A ton of work. Time is money. So this may not be the rebuild. It may not. I bought it sight unseen, and I probably could have just steered clear of this one, but I still feel like we got more money in parts, and at least it provides a little bit of video content for you guys. Comment below, tell me what your ideas are. Tell me what you think. Maybe some of you guys have worked on these Chrysler Sebrings, and maybe you can come back and say, hey Randy, that frame is supposed to look like that. That's how the car is. They veer outward as they get further towards the front of the vehicle. Maybe that's a thing. I don't think so, but maybe it is. We'll get a second opinion from Mike and see what he thinks. But if Mike says, hey man, scrap it, forget it, this is a no-go, we're gonna scrap it. That's just where we're at. But we will have some fun with it. We will probably do something like drop the motor and transmission, drop the subframe out from under it. That'll be a lot of fun. Pull out the interior, lots of usable parts, probably the doors and stuff. Maybe we could find somebody that needs some parts. Take the car to the scrapyard. I still gotta go buy a trailer so we can haul parts. There's plenty more content to come out of this, but I did want to get some of this out there for you guys because I know it's been killing you, and honestly, it's been killing me not actually working on cars lately. So thank you all for joining me. Please, hey, if you enjoyed this content, as always, give this video a big thumbs up. I certainly appreciate it. And if you want to help support the channel, the best thing you can do is share this video to your social media. That's all you got to do is click that share button, paste it over to your Twitter account, paste it on your Facebook page. Really helps me out a lot, helps grow the channel, and that's what it's all about. Growing the audience and doing bigger and better things as the channel gets bigger. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed everything. Stay safe out there, everybody. Comment below, please. Comment the hell out of this video, and I will try to read as many of them as I can. Stay safe out there. I will catch you very soon in the next one.